Hello, this is Intelligence Mod. I'm your host, Clint. I'm joined by my co-host,
I'm Theo.
and we have been doing RPGaDay for 2020. But really quickly, to get it out of the way, uh, doing all the housekeeping stuff, like, comment, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell, check out all of our social media stuff, and yeah. So, we're finally here. It started with me introducing it, and it will end with me saying goodbye with this. We finally made it to all 31 days. This is always harder than you think it is, like to think of stuff, sit down, record stuff. Granted, doing this over digitally has been a lot more helpful. The last time we did this was a pain because we all had to
Because
get
we
together.
had to do it in person. I think we missed like half a month because we couldn't get together for like.
Yeah. But it's always fun to do it. It's always just a lot harder than you would think. So if you want to take on this, goal, maybe write. And granted, this is more because we're doing it with two people than some people that write blog posts and stuff are
Yeah.
on their own. And yeah, it's also all the editing that I have to do. It's tiring,
Yep.
but we made it, and it is ending with experience. So I think what our prompt was for that, or the question, the talking point we had from the prompt experience was, what have you learned as a player and GM?
Because we're both GMs as well. Sorry. Hmm. So what have I learned as a player? Have a bit more fun. Like have fun playing around with ideas and everything like that. And that's the big one. And and also because I'm also GM, it's not my game. Let it go. Just have Elsa in your head singing "Let It Go" and everything like that. Because I've had those issues, and it's like I've gotten a hell of a lot better on it. Thank God. As a GM, let players do the weird kooky thing. Let them have fun, but also remind them, hey, you're not just you. This one player is not the star of the game. It's let everyone have some make sure everyone has some screen time so everyone feels like they're the hero in their story, not just the sidekick.
Those are all
Those
good
like the
things to learn.
yeah, those are like the big ones right now because I'm kind of like, well,
What I've learned, it's all the kind of general stuff, what you'll learn if you actually like play. You'll learn people skills, you'll learn public speaking, you'll learn problem solving, you'll learn critical thinking, creative writing. Depending on if you're writing your own adventures, you'll learn creative writing. Um,
yep,
Critical thinking for figuring out how to do certain things. Especially, you'll learn a lot more if you run games for like Pathfinder Society or like Adventure League. Like if you go out and run games for quote unquote strangers at like your local game store, you'll definitely learn more how to deal with different personalities and different situations because everybody plays the game differently, like wildly differently. So if you're just playing with your group of friends, you know how they work, you know how to deal with their problems. But then you play with a totally different group, totally different stuff they're going to pull on you. So you'll learn stuff like that as a GM, just like how to basically talk better, think of different ideas, critically think, all this other stuff, comprehend language, because you got to read all these freaking rules, understand them, make calls. Um, this is why we were able to make a club for this freaking hobby, is because we had to come up with these ideas.
yep.
Learning about different cultures. I think there was one of them that we like pulled out of our butt. It wasn't that one. I wish we still had that form to look at.
No, the one we talked about was teaching leadership skills and
That was right. The leadership one we pulled out of
leadership
thin air.
skills and skills that could be used in a workplace. That was our Hail Mary pass, which they accepted.
Yeah, because the other ones, like I just rattled off, like critical thinking and all this other stuff, like that's super easy and super obvious. Um, so this whole hobby thing's great for if you're trying to like learn how to just kind of be a better at just dealing with stuff. Um, Math's the easy one though, because sometimes you have to deal with a whole bunch of stupid math in these games. God, I've initially learned there was way more role-playing games than just D&D. That was when Ted and I first started hanging out, and we made our club, finding out that, like, oh my goodness, this is what a game store is. There's so much more, because I'd only ever been in a Wizards of the Coast back when those stores used to exist. Not to date myself or anything, but they would only sell like a small amount of role-playing games. I didn't know the vast freaking forest of different kinds there was.
Yeah.
But you can go, I think that's really the main stuff you can kind of like learn from just role-playing games in general. You can basically do whatever you want in these things, even if it's like turn it into a job, be it creating like physical things like dice or doing things like on Twitch and all that. So the freaking sky's the freaking limit.
That it is. But yeah, it also just lets you be able to like get to learn like this good decent people skills.
Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of that's one of the fun ones.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely accelerated if you go out and play in like the Adventure League or Pathfinder Society or stuff like that, because you just meet a bunch of different people and you expand your network,
Horizon.
your social network, and all that jazz. I don't know if there's that one. This one was an easy one. This one being the last
Yeah.
one, because it's pretty. I don't know. It's made me learn a lot of things, like with editing videos and capturing stuff and dealing with that stuff, is because of this. Because I felt like, oh, what if I did a YouTube channel? And so stuff like that, you'll learn weird skills and whatnot for doing this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's really it for this, and it for RPGaDay as a whole.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. Whew.
it's been fun. It's been long. It's always a little bit
It's been a
more of
long month.
it's a marathon to do these, especially looking at this 2 pages of all of our prompts and ideas for questions. But so now regular content will come back, because we haven't posted anything all this month, but you got 31 other videos, so we'll
That
go
you
back
do.
to we'll go back to regular content after this, now that we can kind of take a breather and start working on our
Yep.
other videos. But yeah, so we'll do this again next year, because if they still do it, hoping they do, because it's always interesting the prompts they come up with. And yeah, we'll do all the YouTube stuff. Do you have anything left to add, Ted?
I do not.
All right. Well, we'll end it there then.